After 14 years of training, I've realised the training style I started with has actually given me some of the best results. But my life looks very different now. I'm a dad, closing in on 40, and I've got a lot more responsibilities than I did when I first started training. So now, time is probably the most valuable thing that I have. And that's why bodyweight training has been such a big part of keeping me consistent and progressing over the last 14 years. Now, I know what some people might be thinking. Bodyweight training, it's just a bunch of push-ups, pull-ups. Isn't it too easy to actually make any progress? But that's not how I found it at all. Because with some very basic equipment, there's always a way to make an exercise harder, progress it, and actually challenge yourself. But honestly, that's not even the biggest reason I've stuck to it for so long. For me, it's the fact that I can get a really effective workout done in 25-30 minutes, which means at times where I'd previously miss a workout, I can get into my garden and get an effective workout done instead of missing a training session. Now, I think people get bodyweight training wrong. They feel it has to replace whatever they're currently doing, and actually it can complement it. If you're already following a gym routine, that's absolutely fine. You can keep doing that and use bodyweight training at home on the days you haven't got time to go to the gym. And when I used to go to the gym a lot, I actually used bodyweight circuits there as well, because I found this style of training really fun, broke up some of the repetitive workouts, also gave me something different to work towards. So if you can get your head around the fact that bodyweight training can be really beneficial, complement what you're already doing, how do you actually get results from it? Well, doing 10 pull-ups, 20 push-ups over and over again probably isn't the best way to approach this. And again, this is where I see people go wrong. They treat bodyweight training as a collection of exercises to work through, rather than a workout that needs to be progressed like they would in a gym environment. And there are so many different ways you can progress this style of training, and that's what I love about it. It's not just about doing more reps and sets. You can change the exercise variation, add weight, even changing the angle of your body, slow the movement down, increase the range of motion. There's so many different ways to make exercises harder, and that's what turns it from a collection of exercises into a genuine progressive training program. Take something as simple as a pull-up. You don't have to keep chasing more and more reps. There's loads of ways you can progress with that one movement. You could change your hand position, introduce accessories like a rope or some climbing grips, change the variation itself, or even add some weights. And what's great is you can combine those things. So you can get stronger with one variation, move on to a harder one, and then eventually start adding weight to that as well. And that's what makes this style of training so adaptable. You're not limited to just doing more and more reps. You've got loads of different ways to keep making the exercise harder. And this is something I've noticed more and more the longer I've trained. The exercises that I can keep progressing are the ones that I keep coming back to, because you don't necessarily need a completely different workout every few weeks to keep making progress. Sometimes it's about getting really good at a handful of movements and finding different ways to challenge yourself with them. And that's probably one of the reasons I've enjoyed this style of training for so long. There's always something to work towards. Maybe it's your first pull-up, then 5, then 10, maybe trying a standard variation to a harder variation, even adding some weight, and maybe progressing to a muscle-up one day. And because the equipment requirements are so small, you can actually keep these movements in your life for years, and you don't need a completely different setup every time you want to make progress or change your workout. And that's ultimately what I found so valuable. It's not just that bodyweight training can build muscle or make you stronger. It gives you a way of training that you can adapt around your life, rather than your life having to adapt around your training. And after 14 years, I think that's probably one of the biggest reasons I've managed to stay consistent with it. And ultimately, that's what I think matters the most, because you can have the best program in the world, the perfect exercises, the perfect equipment, but if you can't stick to it, it's not going to get you very far. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Without consistency, the best plan in the world isn't going to make you any progress. Happy training, and I'll see you in the next one.